Win the morning, and you win the day. Lose the morning, and the day drags you wherever it wants. Most people underestimate the power of the first decision they make each morning. It seems small, whether to snooze the alarm, check your phone, or get up with intention. But neuroscience proves that the very first actions you take after waking set off a cascade of chemical signals in your brain that prime your motivation, focus, and energy levels for the next 12 to 16 hours. That means your entire future can pivot on how you handle the first 30 minutes of today. Why it matters. Let's get real. If your mornings are chaotic, rushed, and reactive, chances are the rest of your day follows the same pattern. You wake up late, grab your phone, scroll through news or social media, get hit with 20 different opinions and stress triggers, then scramble into work already behind. Sound familiar? By contrast, people who intentionally design their mornings don't just feel calmer, they actually perform better. According to research from the American Psychological Association, willpower functions like a muscle. It's strongest early in the day and fatigues as the hours pass. So the sooner you align your actions with your priorities, the more likely you are to follow through. In short, your morning is your launch pad. If you take control of it, you create momentum that ripples across your day and your future. The Science of First Decisions. A 2020 study published in Nature Communications found that the brain's prefrontal cortex, the part responsible for decision-making, planning, and self-control, is most active in the morning after adequate rest. That means your capacity for self-discipline and long-term thinking is literally at its peak when you wake up. But here's the catch. If your first decision is reactive, snoozing, scrolling, checking email, you burn that early energy on things that don't move your life forward. It's like wasting your highest paycheck on junk food. Instead, the goal is to leverage this window by making just one intentional decision that aligns with your bigger vision. Real-life example. Think about Apple's co-founder, Steve Jobs. In one of his most famous interviews, he shared that every morning he looked in the mirror and asked himself, if today were the last day of my life, would I want to do what I am about to do today? If the answer was no too many days in a row, he knew something had to change. He wasn't talking about overhauling his life every morning. He was talking about aligning daily decisions with long-term values. That one small reflective habit guided billion-dollar choices. Case study. Average versus exceptional. Morning. Let's compare two fictional but very real-life scenarios. Person A wakes up at 7:30, hits snooze twice, rushes out the door with just enough time to grab a coffee, and starts answering work emails in the car. By 10 a.m., they're already stressed, scattered, and reactive. Person B wakes up at 6:30, leaves the phone in another room, drinks a glass of water, writes down 3 priorities, and does 20 minutes of movement. By 10 a.m., they're calm, focused, and 2 steps ahead of everyone else. Now magnify that difference not over one day, but over 365 days. Which future looks brighter? Practical action step. The first domino rule. Your morning doesn't need a 3-hour ritual. You don't need to meditate on a mountain or do yoga for an hour. What you need is a first domino habit, the one action that sets all others in motion. Examples. Drink a full glass of water before touching your phone. Write down your top 3 priorities before checking email. Step outside for 5 minutes of sunlight to reset your circadian rhythm. Move your body for 10 minutes, stretching, push-ups, walking. Pick one, just one. That's your domino. Once it falls, momentum builds. Deep dive. Why small wins compound. James Clear, author of Atomic Habits, popularized the idea of compounding habits. A 1% improvement every day leads to a 37x improvement over a year. Your mornings are the easiest place to claim those 1% wins because they happen before the chaos of life takes over. If you commit to one powerful decision each morning, like journaling, exercising, or learning, you don't just create a new routine. You reinforce your identity. You start to believe, I'm the kind of person who takes control of my day, and identity is destiny. Storytelling. Break. My own morning shift. For years, I told myself I wasn't a morning person. I'd sleep until the last possible minute, rush into the day, and feel like I was always behind. The turning point came when I forced myself to spend the first 15 minutes journaling about my goals. At first, it felt pointless, but within weeks, I noticed I was calmer, sharper, and making better decisions. That one shift snowballed into others: better eating, more exercise, deeper focus. It wasn't about discipline, it was about momentum. My future changed because I changed the way I started my days. Common objections solutions. I don't have time. You don't need an hour. Start with 5 minutes. Replace one scroll session with a single intentional act. I'm not a morning person. It's not about waking up at 5 a.m. It's about owning whatever time you wake up. Even if it's 9 a.m., your first 30 minutes still matter. I'll just do it later. Science shows you won't. Willpower and focus decline throughout the day. Morning is prime time. Custom quote: your future isn't decided at midnight. It's decided the moment you open your eyes. Final push for habit 1. If you do nothing else from this entire framework, master your mornings. Decide right now what your first domino will be tomorrow. Because the truth is, the life you want doesn't start with some massive breakthrough. It starts with the very first choice you make when the alarm rings. So the question is, when tomorrow morning comes, will you choose momentum or mediocrity?